the world of drag racing, it's all about usually smelly, loud, extreme piston power, but actually some people are doing it the electric way. There are two guys, the Young brothers, and they've been drag racing an electric Beetle for years now, and they're one of very few people going and doing quarter-mile racing in almost total silence. But today heralds quite a special moment for them. They've been building a new version of their blackcurrant race car. It's been going on for 4 years, and this is it. This is the first time it's been seen in public at a track, and they're going to do a shakedown. So I'm going to tell the story of the blackcurrant race car in today's episode of The Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith. Come along. I've got a lot that I owe you in many ways, because without you I wouldn't have ever built and raced my electric car, and because I saw the previous version of this racing at Santa Pod for years, and it was the only electric drag car in this country for years. Pretty much still is. And yet here you are. You know, you started off with this recipe like a long time ago. What year did you start racing Blackcurrant 1 as was?
It's got to be nearly 20 years, I reckon.
Is it really nearly 20? So early 2000s?
Yeah.
Sugar. Yeah. Pre-social media.
Pre-social media, yeah. We don't really do social media the best of times anyway, but
you just quietly get on with it.
Just get on with it, yeah.
So Blackcurrant 1 was old Beetle body shell.
Yeah.
That you had lying around.
We had a little scrapyard near us, and there was a milk float and a Beetle parked next to each other. The Beetle didn't have an engine, so we took the engine out of the milk float.
Oh, you bought them both?
Just took them, basically,
really?
Yeah. We knew the guys there, knew the guys who owned it, so they said, yeah, we could have it, and we messed around and chucked the milk float, 1960s Morrison's milk float.
Yeah.
Motor straight in the back.
Big old motor, that is.
Big motor, yeah.
I remember those.
Motor, yeah.
And then that started the incremental evolution.
Then we built the second one, spent a little bit more time and effort on there, and we started using the same sort of running gear that you had in Flux Capacitor in that, and developed that, but that was still sort of rear engine, chain drive, which was all nasty, and then rudimental, and then we got loads of interest from that, did a few shows and stuff, but we weren't still racing properly, we were still just demoing.
Yeah.
So then we decided to build third generation, which was the one that most people know, which is the Blackcurrant 3.
Yeah.
And we started competing in the Volkswagen Drag Racing Championship.
So that was really a beautifully made car.
Yeah,
a proper tubular chassis.
Tube chassis, yeah.
A composite single piece front end.
Yeah.
Blackcurrant 3 was the first 9-second, then 8-second full-bodied EV. Its personal best was 8.28 seconds at 159 miles an hour. It was the world's quickest and fastest full-bodied EV until the car retired itself in 2017. No backing from large corporations or sponsors, just two dedicated guys who like Beetles and enjoy high-voltage engineering. The only components carried over from the crashed 1965 Beetle Blackcurrant 3 were the Penske rear shock absorbers. That's it.
This is something I love about Santa Pod, about drag racing, especially is the sheer variety. You've got these guys are sort of nostalgic, period style drag cars, and then you've got cars like that there. Don't be fooled by the looks. That's a 6-second street legal car. It's actually, I think, might be Europe's quickest street legal car. It's incredible. And then you got Honda Del Sol. There's the front wheel drive drag scene is massive these days. It's great to see how they do it. Are you nervous? You've been building it for 4 years.
Yeah.
This is the very first run in it.
I'm quite nervous. I think everyone is when they take a car they've just built out for the first time.
I mean, I know this is just like a shakedown today.
Yeah, A to B.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Just to make sure that everything seems to be working, and you're gonna.
Yeah, get all the data.
Yeah. So once you've got the data. few months from now, you know, of a few events time, I mean, what have you built it to do? Like, what's its actual potential theoretically?
Can you ask me that again after I've got the first set of data?
Okay.
And then have a look at it, and then we had to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got ideas. We've got the fag packet sketches that we did right at the beginning, and we know how much power we've got in the car and what the capabilities are.
Yeah.
Even based on an old car.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You've got the old car.
Yeah.
But all these cars which we're lined up behind are all A, all piston cars, but B, they've all got a following where there's other people they can talk to get information from.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a forum or something. I remember when I first met you, you guys are on your own.
Yeah.
Not winging it, because you're not quite winging it, but
probably winging it's a good.
not really winging it.
Well, no, I guess not.
But like, what I mean is, there's not 10 of others of you who go, oh yeah, we've tried this and it's not worked. You want to try this? You're the sort of electric outcast almost.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but we don't mind it that way. It makes it more exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting once you've done a couple of runs.
Yeah.
But obviously, even when you were racing your car for the first time, you know, it's nervous.
There's a lot of unknowns.
There's a lot of unknowns.
And there's a lot.
We'll have less unknowns.
Yeah.
After the first run, so that's the thing.
Other thing to bear in mind: this car, Black Currant 4, is never going to run out of the box at full speed. That you wouldn't do that. You never do that. This is a shakedown. Got to see whether all the systems and all of the build and development that they put in there is going to work. Then they'll go back. They'll check it out on the telematics afterwards. But it's just exciting to be a part of this, you know, two-man band who are so dedicated and so focused on what they're trying to achieve amongst a sea of piston power.
Blackcurrant 4 is running on treaded drag race radial tyres, not slicks, like Blackcurrant 3. Olly often plays down his intentions, but this car has all the ingredients to become a 7-second street-legal EV.
Olly's always been the guy that sort of puts it together and masterminds it, and he's buried in a laptop after your first run. You haven't driven a drag car for
nearly 5 years, 4.5 years.
How did it feel?
Yeah, it was alright. Obviously a little bit nerve-wracking to start with, but got from A to B, so that's the main thing, nothing fell off, so yeah, that's good really, a good result for the first run.
I was going to say, because it's been 4 years putting this thing together, and the fastest run you ever did in Blackcurrant 3?
Yeah, so 8:26, 159 was the best we did,
So
back in 2016.
So early 8s. You're getting low in the 8s.
Yeah.
So what are your ambitions for this?
Well, initially get it sort of into a pro time, so like sub-13s, you know, and we built a car to enjoy it, you know, not necessarily to go crazy and break mad records, but we want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy the racing, make it competitive, make it consistent, do some nice bracket racing, you know, and then once we're comfortable with the car, we'll start building things up and putting things together.
Every time I come to Sandspot, I have to pay my respects to the Bluebird, legendary vehicle. It's in the back of every photograph ever taken on the start line. All hail the Bluebird. Right, so give us a whistle-stop tour of the tech and the build of this BC4.
Yeah.
Walk me around.
So we moved away from the DC machines that we had, DC motors that we had before.
Yeah.
They've gone to an actual Flux style motor, which is a permanent magnet.
Where are they?
Permanent magnet motors, 3-phase motors. We've got 4 underneath this safety blanket. This is a scatter shield.
Yeah.
So that makes sure.
So where the transmission
would normally be, and then you can see we've just got the yoke support at the end, which helps keep the prop.
It's actually on charge right now.
Yeah.
They're just tickling it. I love the fact this has got a CHAdeMO charger.
CHAdeMO,
isn't it?
a channel mode charger. We're 800 volts, so we need to have a charger that can handle that, or a plug that can handle that.
When it's finished charging, I'll get you to. I want to have a look.
We could do that now,
it.
actually.
Can we?
We could take the bonnet off.
See, Ollie and Sam are quite secretive about their builds, and this has been built in secret. So everyone else pops their bonnet around here, right? And you've got superchargers and twin snails.
Yeah.
Big blocks. This is your big block.
This is our power.
This is the
box.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
So orange obviously means high voltage. These are fuses.
Yeah. So we've got 4 Cascade motion inverters stacked at the front.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So that's quite a lot.
They're 3 phases each. So we have then 12 wires down to the motors.
Yeah.
The motors have all got speed sensors on them, or position sensors, so resolvers, measures the exact position of the rotation of the motor.
Right.
That's fed back into the inverter, so the inverter knows how to fire the 3-phase
Okay.
signals. And then, so this is the main contactor box, looks after all the safety stuff. We have insulation monitoring device from Bender, monitors the chassis and all the electronics to make sure that nothing goes live. That helps us with our red light and green light, which you've seen earlier.
I was seeing it. The green means everything's fine.
Yeah, if it
It's all
goes
good.
red, that means the chassis got a potential voltage on it that could be problematic.
Oh, so don't go near it.
Don't
in
go
other
near
words.
it.
Right. I see. I see.
And that's for the driver and the marshals. Really.
Okay. Just sort of industry standard safety procedure.
Motorsport standard now, it's becoming
Yeah.
standard. And then we've got our main contactors, main fuses, a pre-charge which was built in before. This has to be done separately. Water pump and a small radiator
I was going to say.
to cool the inverters.
Okay, so they have water galleries inside.
That's right. And then the battery pack. There's 4 blocks.
It's actually quite compact though.
We tried to make it.
This is smaller than I
Compact,
was
yeah.
expecting. I was expecting maybe double this size because you've actually got quite a lot of space. So how many cells and what's the sort of spec of the pack, as it were?
We've got in each block, which we've got 4 of. In each block, there's 4 sub packs, and each sub pack has 5x12
Right, okay.
in it.
I'll put the specs on the
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I'll put them on just so you can understand. This is amazing. You built this
Yeah, it's all complete custom.
because you built the last car, didn't you? I mean, like
Built the last battery pack.
I remember.
And yeah, I built this pack. We got some numbers from the previous pack, and we know that we can pull 70C. That will mean a lot to more battery people.
The higher C rating, the bigger draw, bigger discharge.
And we pulled 70C quite happily on the last pack, so we know we can get close to that with this pack.
Wow. Apart from the high voltage part of the heart of the car, the tubular chassis within goes down to the wishbones and everything else. That's sort of conventional race car.
Full conventional. If you took the motors and the batteries and inverters out, all the high voltage stuff out, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was an electric car.
EV.
It would be
A race car.
that's what you would have as a petrol chassis.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking also that you've kind of built this? And I was talking to Sam, and I know you have been pondering it for years because the previous car was never a street car.
No.
And obviously I was always trying to keep mine street legal, which was sort of, on the ragged edge of what you could do with an MOT. Is that your plan for this?
Yeah, that has been the plan from the start, really. When you were racing, we couldn't really make our car road legal because that wouldn't have been done you any favours.
No, really, it wouldn't, would it?
So we stayed, but now you've retired.
Yes.
We can make a road legal version, and
it's going to be road legal.
Yeah, we've got some hurdles to jump for that, but
does it use any parts from the car that sadly? Are we allowed to talk about what happened with BC3?
That's all part of the history.
It is part of the history. So you guys were pretty much getting up to your sort of personal bests.
We did it. We upgraded the car for the year we crashed it, and we never really got to grips with the upgrades that we did just couldn't make it work.
It was quick. It was a 160 mile an hour car.
Yeah.
Early 8 seconds.
820s, yeah.
820s, and actually we're stood where the little race control is here for Olly and Sam. Look, Santa Pod's finish line is there.
Yeah.
So if you've heard a lot of fast things going by, it's because they're at terminal velocity. So you crashed basically at, or Sam did, at there.
Yeah.
Kind of where they've put you to camp this weekend.
Yeah, I think it was 100. We crossed the line 140.
Yeah.
So.
And what actually happened?
What happened?
Was there a crosswind, or was
it? No, we had a air shifting gearbox.
Yeah.
In the car, and crossed the line, hit a bump in the track, and the gearbox selected first gear.
So it locked the back wheels.
Locked the back wheels up, yeah. Or loaded up.
And was it all?
Back wheels.
Did he already have the parachute out?
Parachute was out pretty quick. And in the video, you can see it looks like the car rolls over. Actually, doesn't, just bounces off.
It hits.
Just bounces off the wall.
Yeah, but violently at 140 odd miles an hour. So.
But all the safety stuff we had then all worked.
Yeah.
There was no real injuries, a couple of bruises from the roll cage.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
No,
and everything else was safe.
It absolutely worked. What's your favourite part of the build?
My favourite part of the build?
Yeah, because I mean, Sam's the driver, right? Your brother Sam has always driven the car. You've never driven the car fast, I don't think.
I've never driven it.
No.
No.
But yet you've put your hand to pretty much every centimetre of it, of the previous car and this one.
Yeah.
So
I think I like it when you design something and you make it and it works as you want it to.
Yeah.
That's quite satisfying.
Yeah. Well, you were instrumental in my car.
Yeah.
Making that go quickly and stay safe.
Yeah. And Nick, of course.
And Nick, my good old pal, my crew chief man, is one of the funniest men alive. Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. We've done the first run today. We had a low voltage on the auxiliary battery, which meant the car shut down mid-track. But we can solve that problem. That's not too bad.
That's why you've been buried in your laptop.
And some limiting. We had some limiting on when we got up to speed.
Yeah.
I need to work out exactly what's causing that, and then we can move forward.
Is that charger that you were sort of resting your laptop on that was charging the car? Have you had to have that custom made for this car?
Yeah. So I work with some guys down near Croyd called EV Parts. And they've helped me with the BMS system, the battery management system, and we've sort of co-worked on the charger.
Yeah.
And they're really clever guys down there, and they know what they're doing. They did a lot of work on the
Volkswagen IDR.
They did the battery system for that.
I remember chatting to him at Pikes Peak, I think.
Yeah,
with
Brad.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Your hope, I mean, I guess we should sort of sign off by saying the hope is that you won't be the only EV drag car sitting on this pit. When I was here, it was just you and I, and that was it, really, in terms of electric, fast stuff. And you started building this, or the predecessor to this, like way before Formula E.
Yeah.
Way before any of that stuff.
I think there's some problems now with EV racing because it's become more. People have become more aware of it publicly.
Yeah.
So the safety side of it is had to be improved and increased.
Yeah.
And that does make it difficult for a new team to come in and build a new race car.
Yeah.
And to meet the regs, the new motorsport regulations. It is really, really tricky.
Yeah. But also, what you don't want somebody to do is wing it.
True.
Do you?
No.
But at the same, so it basically means you want people to commit to building an electric race car. But
yeah, it is doable.
It is doable. I mean, an idiot like me can do it.
Yeah.
With help from adults.
Well, even still, that car now you'd struggle to race with because of the new rules.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do quite a lot of work.
You want to upgrade it. Yeah. But you also did whisper to me before we started filming today that you knew of some easy upgrades that you could make that car.
Yeah, I know how to make it go faster now. Yeah.
Bloody hell, Ollie! Don't say that.
I've probably got enough batteries kicking around as well. I think
to make it go
Yeah, to chuck in the Enfield.
Wouldn't that be nice to get that car back out?
Is your wife going to see this video?
Yeah, sadly, she is going to see this video, I think, yeah. What the guys with the Black Currant, Olly and Sam, have done over all these years, nearly 20 years, has actually helped to encourage people to take notice of EVs in the motorsport world, to show that you can have fun, you can have charisma with high voltage, semi-silent cars. And that's what encouraged me to get interested in this sort of thing in the first place. So I've got a lot to thank them for. That's the car, the Black Currant 4, that you want to watch out for. Watch out, that car will come and it will get faster and faster and faster, I have no doubt. Anyway, I'm going to drive home in my EV now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Late Break Show, yeah? Maybe become a patron or buy some merch.